is what we are pleading. Thousands of people travel far to Buea just to go through an examination to qualify them that they can travel to Canada. Another country like Cameroon, country with that kind of resources Cameroon is having, yet you allow your own people, you open it as an examination for your own young people, people who can build the nation, people in which you told them in 1982 that they are the leaders of tomorrow. Now their own grandchildren are fighting to travel out. They have not become the leaders of tomorrow. Their children fail to become leaders of tomorrow. Their grandchildren now are still not becoming the leaders of tomorrow because of poor governance. And they have to travel, fight to travel out in order to sustain themselves and their own families. It is a shame to President Paul Biya. The incident that took place in Buea, at the University of Buea, exposed Cameroon. It is a disgrace to the Republic of Cameroon under the leadership of President Paul Biya, where thousands, hundreds of Cameroonians were scrambling to register for the French proficiency examination in order to travel to Canada. Thousands of young, vibrant Cameroonians is struggling to leave the country without any shame. And this happened at the University of Buea, where they declare and open that examination. And then I thought it was just a free exam, meaning all these thousands of people were supposed to pay 200,000 francs CFA each person to register for it in order to leave the country, plus the money they will spend for transportation, for their flights and other documentation. It will be millions of francs CFA. Money that if they take and invest in Cameroon in a very short period, if there is a business, a conducive business atmosphere in Cameroon, they will become millionaires. But the government preferred to squeeze a little because that money is paid and it will be going maybe directly into the government coffer because the University of Buea controlling this program is a government university. And if this is being done, meaning the government is aware of it, just struggling to squeeze a little from the people. Maybe at the end, maybe only around 10 or 20 people will travel. And thousands will be rejected. 200,000 already taken from them. And then the question I am asking today is, why are many Cameroonians struggling to go out of the country? Why are they struggling to go out of the country? Because of poor governance, poor leadership. Those leading Cameroon, starting from President Paul Biya down to the last civil servant in Cameroon, are behind what is happening. The educational system in Cameroon, based on training people who will end up searching for a job. All Cameroonians schooling, going to the university, nobody is having in mind that they will go to university to achieve a skill that they will open their own companies, to recruit people, to employ people. But the main aim of going to school in Cameroon is to have a job. And after graduation, millions of people are graduating every year from all the universities in Cameroon with one purpose: to join the government or to be recruited, to be employed by somebody. Who will employ them? The government is the higher employers in Cameroon. And they are not doing it. So thousands of Cameroonians are left idle. After university, they cannot do anything. That is why they are forced to travel out of the country to look for a job. Because they were trained through the educational system we have in Cameroon to work and not to create work. And this is a problem. And then I am out of Cameroon, and I'm telling you, free of charge, that if you have an opportunity, you have a dream, you should better stay back home. Focus on that. You become somebody better than. We are regretting why we already died. We are regretting that if we were having some little ideas, we could have remained back home, invest the little that we use for transportation, documentation, to travel abroad, to invest in Cameroon. It could have been better. And also to the government of Cameroon, that if they can create an atmosphere that will encourage entrepreneurship, where people can do their little businesses without the government being behind them to squeeze everything in the name of tax from them. It would be better, and it would encourage self-employed people and people graduating from the university. People will be willing to open a farm, those who study agriculture, if there are farm to market route, if there are ready to market for perishable products. But yet, there are not. People will go and invest millions for cultivation. After cultivation, everything will rotten in the farm because there is no root. We have seasonal root. Some will even finish it and there is no ready market. Leaving the bush, the farm to the market is very difficult and everything will spoil on the way. And that is why many are discouraged to go for agriculture. The government is the problem. These people are going. And they are taking advantage over it to squeeze the little from the poor people. The Anglophone crisis is another issue. That is insecurity in Cameroon. If you look at Cameroon critically, only maybe no region in Cameroon is safe, is secure. The Far North region, they are there more than how many villages abandoned because of Boko Haram. You come to the East region, a rebel from Central African Republic and other regions, they are there kidnapping people, and people are running. Many schools closed down. You come down to the Northwest and the Southwest region, the Anglophone crisis push many people below poverty lines. And many people do not know what to do, where to go, but to travel out of the country. I'm begging you, the government under the leadership of President Buea, that look into this thing critically. During the end of year speech of President Buea, he was encouraging youth to stay back home. How can they stay back home? Those who are out of the country, they are willing to return back home in order to invest. What have you done for them to stay back home? What have you done for them to return back home? Nothing. It's just writing and sending out speeches without any implementation. And that is where we are.